What is up, you guys? Hopefully you guys are all safe and well, and hopefully we're all kind of banding together because of this whole COVID-19 pandemic. But if we sort of be enclosed, if we have to be isolated, it's good to be isolated together. Make sure to be active, and keep yourself occupied, because you don't want it to turn into The Shining and we all start going mad. And as long as you keep watching my videos, not only will you be entertained, by the end of this Design 101 you yourself will know how to design. So if you're watching this video and you've been going through all the stages during this whole isolation, then you know what this video is today. This video is about prototyping, because by now hopefully you have some sketches, you've done your inspiration. Now it's just time to put everything together. Okay, roll the titles. So, prototyping. What is it? Well, I know what it is, but what does the dictionary tell us? So according to the dictionary, prototype is a noun. It's a first preliminary version of a device or vehicle from which other forms are developed. Prototyping, it's the first stage that you do to, test out your product or jewellery or general product or service. So there's many ways that we can do this, and the first one I would have, well, I guess it depends on what you're doing. So how I would test it is by using paper cut-ups. So it kind of does help to sort of maybe get your shape. Like in the last video, and if you haven't seen my last video, then check it out. Links in the description. It should be maybe here. But yeah, you can see that I kind of did a wee paper mock-up here, and it's sort of, you can use paper to try and kind of see what that feels like, or just play with it, and it kind of gives you kind of maquette things. There we go. Yeah, and they kind of just play with it, and then it kind of forms into something else, and then it could form into I don't know, many other things that can give you inspiration, I guess. Once you draw something, having sort of paper kind of brings it to life. And there's a thing that I like to do, and this is a personal preference, but usually you can use physical objects and you design with your hands. You can draw, but it never kind of goes according to plan, because it's theory in a way. So you can draw the initial design, but you always develop through these prototypes, and you're always testing constantly. So when you have it in your hand, you can just mold it and be oh, actually that doesn't really work. Another thing that you could use is you could use clay, and if you don't know what it is, it's Fimo. Fimo is a good way to sort of test things out. Also, if you're actually using Fimo, please be careful and put some sort of sealant on it, otherwise it'd get hard. So you could probably take a piece of Fimo out, mold it, whatever you want, and whatever your design is, it can just you can even use a scalpel to also mold these things in. You could use your knife and you can cut it if you wanted to. Just play about with it, because you never know, and you can roll it about, just as if you're 6 years old again. Just kind of play about with it. It also goes hard, so it can also be another kind of prototype / material. I can't get it back in the bag again. Other things you could use is Lego. Lego is a good way to test and prototype, and that I think it's a lot of professionals use it, a lot of actual prototypers use it, and it's good for workshops as well. So you can have a workshop with kids or adults, and just have play and stuff like that. And you can get many different types of Lego as well, but I always find that this kind of helps give structure as well. So even if you're making a tiny or a large structure using Lego, even if it scales it down, it kind of gives you a rough idea does this work, and it's very durable as well. So when you do is you know how Lego works, but it's good putting take it apart and put it back on again. You can just make many things with Legos as well. Like there's so many pieces, and you can go to the store and then you can like get as many pieces as you want, and even comes with a nice handy dandy lid, so enjoy. Now there are many more expensive ways that you could prototype, but if it's for a project then I guarantee that it's worth it. Other prototypers are things like laser cutting. Now I think that's really good, because if you have a design and you're not very good with translating that into like maybe your hands or paper, then you could always transfer your drawings into an illustrated document, and that can go through towards a laser cutter, and that prints whatever your designs are straight into whatever material you want. So I did that before, I can quickly show you. So yeah, if you kind of follow me on KTO, Reimagined by KTO Designs, and you see the logo with the hands in it, all those pieces are all like prototyped. And doing things like, you know, things like this. And this is like a flower that's been like laser cut from my drawings. And then I just put like fill on it, I can show you that as well. This is like a sort of prototype that I made that was, maybe it was going to be like a piece of like jewellery. And it was laser cut, and then you sand it down and it comes like this. And that was quite a good idea, because individually it was meant to be like this big, and then I realised that, oh, actually this is quite big and it's good to play with. And then I realised like maybe it might be better smaller, so this is what it looked like smaller, and that actually informs your design as well, because you're physically manifesting it into reality. So yeah, laser cutting is such a good way of doing stuff. So there are a gajillion ways of prototyping, but I'm sure there's a lot of people screaming at the screen and saying, Kim, what about rapid prototyping? Like I can hear it through the screen. Everyone's saying this, like, are you going to talk about rapid prototyping? Like, yes, of course, I'm going to get to that. So yeah, rapid prototyping. What is rapid prototyping? I mean, it's just exactly what I described, but faster. But though, is it? I don't know, I really debatable. So what is rapid prototyping? Well, rapid prototyping is basically, you're either using, or maybe both, a 3D printer or a CNC mill. So like, what is a 3D printer? Well, I'm going to talk you through what a 3D printer is with this video. And what it is, it's like a machine that has one material. It's a kind of PLA plastic, and it's like a thin strip, and it feeds through the tube, and then it keeps building up layers like one by one. Takes like, depends on what the object is, but it can take from 1 hour to 3-4 hours, or maybe even like a whole day, or sometimes 2 days. It depends what it is, like how complex the I guess like the design is. But yeah, it's just like it builds up layers and layers and layers, and it's just basically made from one material. So I think it's quite interesting how that is, and it just saves you like making it yourself in a sort of craft sense. I think it's really interesting. And the same applies with like a CNC mill. It's just like cutting off pieces. I'm not very familiar with CNC milling, so I'm just giving you like a kind of gist of what it is. But if anybody has any like helpful tips of what a CNC mill is, please leave it in the comments below. I would like to know as well. So yeah, I guess that's the video, guys, and hopefully you guys were quite informed. And if you have any submissions of your projects, I would quite like to see them, and you can sort of put them in my DM and my Instagram, which is at reimagined by KTO Designs. And it'd be nice to see your projects. If you've used any prototyping, let me know, and I'll feature you on this video. And just let me know. So yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on this channel, because that will help me out so much, especially in this climate that we're in at this struggling moment. And yeah, also like this video, and if you've got any comments for me on maybe what you want to see next, if you want me to help you with a project, also comment below if there's any suggestions that could help, I'm happy to help. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and this changes every single time. But like, keep creating, guys. Be open-minded and reimagine. Okay, bye.